Thanks for popping on by, and chances are if you've tuned in to watch this particular video, you, like myself, have just recently bought yourself a V71. Now prior to this I had lots of Roland modules. I had the TD50, TD30, the 20, so on and so forth. And before I do anything today, I just want to show the pads I'm using, because they actually have some reference to the first thing I'm going to talk about, which is triggers. Okay, so these drum pads actually all came from previous modules. Okay, so I had the TD50, so from the 50 I had the digital snare, so I've not actually got the new digital snare with the strainer. And these are, I believe, the 108s, as in PD 108s, and PD 128s. Okay, and that's the, is it KD 14? Something like that. Anyway, so what I'm saying is essentially these were from my TD30. As you can see, I've had them many years, to be fair. I've had them probably about 13 years. And the digital pack I bought, which was the snare and the ride cymbal at the time, were for the TD50, along with the actual module at the time prior to this. Okay, now I'm going to talk to you about triggers, because if anything like me, you've had these modules before. As I said, I had the TD50. I thought I could just pretty much zoom on in and get going, which to some degree I could, but I soon found out I actually overlooked a couple of things. Just like with the TD50, if I go into trigger settings, it comes up by default with the VAD 716, okay, or 716. Okay, I'll just say V71, because obviously I've not got the kit, I've just got the module. It's important to go through these, okay, because a lot of these actually all these sets are pre-existing. You can actually alter all these triggers as well. This is really good for me, because I also, from Roland, have the RT30s and the RT30K, and I use those triggers, or will be using those with acoustic drums. But I thought initially that these were my settings, as in number 5 for the TD50 KV2. In fact, they weren't. Okay, if I go along a bit further, got the KD, or not the TD50 K2, which is the actual giant bass drum, which I've not got, but this is mine. Okay, so I didn't have to do no adjustments at all. It basically found all of my, without me doing anything at all, it found all my triggers. Okay, so just look through, take time. I will say, because I was a bit dubious, if I'm being like anything now, I was thinking, are these pads going to be as responsive like they were when I migrated from the 30 to the 50? And they truly are. If anything, I feel that they're even more responsive. Okay, I really do. I truly do. They sound marvelous. Anyway, so that's the first thing. Ensure you get your trigger settings right. So if you're delving on in quickly, ensure, because you're getting the maximum playability. Under the other trigger settings, I was actually using, I think it was these, as in bank 5. Everything still works, but it was nowhere near as effective, in particular the bass drum, because obviously that was the wrong one when I was using the KD 140. That's why it's 140. Okay, that's what I have. Okay, so that's number 1. What I'll say to you. Let's just come out of those for a moment. What do I want to do? I want to exit. Okay, this is fine. What I'm doing, I've actually got, if you're wondering, I've got actually like a stand in front of me, which I'm actually placing my phone on. Okay, so I can't actually see as clear as what you can the actual, all the dials and controls. Okay, next thing I want to talk to you about is I love playing my TD 50 and 30 through headphones. Likewise, I love playing my V71 through headphones. It sounds absolutely phenomenal. But also I have a Roland drum amp, and I've had it for many years. It's the PM10. Okay, excellent amp, very cheap in my opinion for in terms of price, and it really delivers. It works really well, especially for home use. Okay, and beforehand I was just using, I must show you this, okay, because I actually encountered a problem, and I thought maybe there may have been a problem with the unit. But to be honest, they build, Roland they build their units so well that I thought it can't be, it must be something I'm doing. because I did contact Roland. Anyway, this was the cable, and it is a Roland cable, believe it or not. It's a Roland cable. It's a stereo cable. And like the TD50, for example, on the back it says a balanced output. And I've never thought anything of it before. I just used one of these from the mono out into the lining on the amplifier. And it's always worked. I say always, up until I bought the V71. Guess what? It didn't work. As in, well, it did work, but the sound was extremely low. And it was all because Roland told me, I've actually got an XLR in the back of this at this moment in time, but what I'm going to show you, okay, so I've actually got an XLR, which is just here in the back, okay, that's what we're using, but this also works the same, okay. This is what I did need, okay, this is what Roland suggested I tried it, as in technical, okay, and I tried, and it's like a guitar style connection, okay, just mono, and guess what, it done the job just as well as this XLR, done the job. So if you've got one of these with a V71, okay, and you're encountering problems, which you will, I can guarantee you will, because I've actually got more than one of these spare, and I tried probably about 4 or 5, and I thought it can't be a faulty cable. There's obviously something wrong, and it was my end. Okay, so if you've got one of those, essentially, okay, to solve your problem, if you're having a problem, you need one of those or the XLR into the lining, and Bob's your uncle, as they say. Okay, so that's the first thing. That was all because I just taken it for granted that it was going to be exactly the same. Well, I will say it comes with 70, which leads on to the fair thing I'm going to talk about. It comes with 70 pre-installed kits, and it uses something called slots, and there's 6 slots, and 3 of which are already taken up with 3 expansion packs, okay, which I'm going to show you in a moment, and there's 3 slots spare. Okay, now I've actually loaded every available expansion onto this, okay, as in, you know, for samples. They are all to be found here. Okay, you have to go onto Roland Cloud to actually download them, but the kit, I'm just going to try and zoom in if I can a little bit. Okay, and just come up there, okay, just so we can see the screen. It comes with the Woodroom Studio electronic percussion and the brush 1 slots already pre-installed. Okay, now what I will say, it gives you 3 other slots, and you can basically have access to these. Once you download them from Roland Cloud, they all go into the rack. Okay, they go into the rack, and it's really nice because you can go from rack to slot. Okay, once you get your head around it, and it doesn't take too long, okay, it becomes much more clearer. Okay, now what I want to show you, okay, so I'm going to go into a kit. Okay, so this kit is part of, this is one of their expansions, as in DW50th anniversary, the drummer's position. They also do, which I've got loaded into here, a producer's position as well. Okay, and just going to play this one. Actually, I'll probably turn this around as well. So okay, let's just turn around so you can actually see that I'm actually triggering these pads. Okay, because it's nothing worse if you're in sands and whatever. So okay, just bear with me for a moment. Okay, so these are my Roland pads from prior. I'm not going to play anything fancy. It's got down quite low. I'm in the basement at the moment, but it's quite loud. So yeah. Okay, so you can hear it's very responsive, but I've got it very low, okay, because it is quite late. Okay, you might have noticed I've got regular cymbals set up, and that's not because the cymbals aren't any good with the actual the module. It's just because I'm actually just playing back my cymbals at the moment, trying to I've got many cymbals, and I'm trying to find a set which I like for something I'm going to be doing a bit later. Anyway, so as you can hear, I've got the limited edition, which is part of the 50th anniversary, and that's loaded. The reason I've done that, okay, that back playing as well. Okay, the reason I've done that is to show you, if I go into expansion, to show you that's actually in one of the slots. Okay, I'm just going to come down now, so you will see, here we are. And what I like about this, it gives you a nice little preview as you go from slot to slot. So like I say, 1, 2, and 3 are all part of the actual 70 kit makeup. They're not the entire 70 kits, obviously, they're just some, okay. And they stay there where they are placed. The kits will stay there, but if you remove these, what will happen is you'll find out that the sounds will disappear. It's simply because the expansion's been removed from the slot. Now I thought, yet again, okay, silly me, I should have known better, that once I was in the rack, because I've actually got these all into rack, let's just show you here, and there's room for 100 of these. Okay, I'm only up to 16. Okay, so that's everything they have at this moment in time. I thought that once I was in now, it would give you access to the actual sounds, which obviously it doesn't. Okay, that's where the slots come in, so it can actually read from the actual samples in those slots, if that makes sense. Okay, so what would happen is if I go to, for example, if I just remove this sample, this is the easiest way to show you. If I actually remove this now, okay, I'm just going to do remove, and it says remove the instrument expansion from the slot. I can just go over this, by the way. I can just basically put another thing there. There's a couple ways you can do this. I'm going to say okay, okay, and you will see once I say enter, look at that, slot 5 empty. Okay, so if I go to play the kit now, okay, limited edition, you might hear this now. Now I'm very, very surprised. I can hear anything at all. Let's just move to another kit. Okay, it's the same expansion slot. Ah, here we go. So it must be because it's in cache, as in memory. But you can see there, this is the anniversary, and I'm literally playing all of the pads. So let's just turn around for visual. Okay, because I couldn't actually understand what was happening, if I'm being fair, initially, because I was having, according to what kit I was on, when I actually removed a pack or replaced it with something else, I might have the snare drum, and or I might have the toms, but it weren't the full sound. Okay, so it must share some of the samples. Okay, so as you can see clearly, or hear clearly I should say, there's nothing there. Okay, nothing in the bass drum, snare, toms, etc, etc. So that's why I want to show that. This might save some time and heartache if you're thinking, oh my god, what's wrong? Okay, it's not the module, it's you. Okay, as in you just need to put that back into slot. I'm going to load it into slot now so I can show you how that works. Okay, so it's nice and easy. So go expansion, you go to packs, and you're going to pick your, so I want the what was it, I've forgotten what it was now, the drummers, is that the drummers one? That's the producer, so it's just down here. Okay, so you can actually use the wheel, or you can use his arrow keys. Okay, I'm just I'm struggling a bit to see. I should put my glasses on properly, to be honest. So this is the drummer one. Okay, if I load that now, okay, so load to slot, voila, looks back there. So if I actually go back into kits now, hopefully, fingers crossed. Oh, I put the right one there. 50th anniversary drummer. Position, what's happened there? I've done it right. Oh, that's a wrong pack. Oh, here we go. Okay, here's me. There we go. Ah, 50th anniversary drummer position. Let's have a look. Have I done something wrong? Let's just go back. Okay, expansion, and we're going to go to slots. Did I put it? Oh, I've not put it in. Look at that. I don't know what I've done. What did I do there? I want to let's go back into my rack. No, this is C. These are sort of things. I'm glad this has happened, really, because these are sort of things that might happen to you. So what did I not do? Okay, so I want to choose my slot, which is slot 5, and I want to press on load. Are you sure? Yes, I am. And I want to press enter. Let's just make sure it's there this time. Okay, exit. There we go. It's definitely there. 50th anniversary and drummer. So okay, let's just, so they all those kits now in that pack, they should play, and you can hear clearly that they are playing. I won't go away through them, but you can hear. Okay, so that's another useful thing, as in you may overlook where you might think, ah, I've got a problem. And the last thing I want to show you, which is really, really cool, you could do this on via the songs before, but a neat little feature is, I'm going to turn this down because it tends to be a little bit louder. Press praise, and you can actually audition the kits as you go through. Okay, so that's quite handy if you're not too sure, just for on the fly. Okay, I thought we'd do some, turn it down, I thought we'd do some videos as well, maybe, just to show off the actual drum sets rather than playing them personally. So I might do that. So if I go to the next kit, okay, providing obviously it's loaded, that's play. Let's do one more. Okay, and stop, just press on the actual praise button. And that's it. So those 4 things, as in, make sure you've got your actual triggers all set up. Make sure you're using the correct cabling. Okay, remember this one, as opposed to the this one. Like I say, this was actually, it's not a very good shot pull. That was a Roland cable, and I've got several cables. I've tried them all, probably about 5 I've tried, and like I say, I thought it can't be, so I used to use the regular mono style, like guitar, and that done the job. Or you can use an XLR, okay, which I'm pointing up there and you can't see nothing, which I've got just there. That's mono as well, just going to my drum amp, okay, and it does the job nicely. And obviously, just last thing which I showed you was using the expansions. Okay, my advice to you is, because you get, I think you get 6 months or something like that free with a lifetime once you buy one of these modules from Roland. My advice is pull them all in into the actual rack and just take them over to slots. I tend to keep in my slots, I tend to keep the defaults there. Obviously there's no need if you want to use something else, but just be mindful of the fact that should you wish to change them over at any time, that they will actually, just put in a bit there, there we go, that they will actually have an effect upon the actual sounds if you so wish to play them. So it's good to be organised, I feel.